The warm evening of May 3, 2007 in Praia da Luz, Portugal, seemed ordinary for the McCann family. Jerry and Kate McCann, doctors from the UK, were vacationing at the Ocean Club Resort with their 3 children, Madeleine, their almost 4-year-old daughter, and her younger twin siblings. The resort was a family-friendly escape where they believed they could unwind. That evening, Kate and Jerry joined friends for dinner at the resort's tapas restaurant, just 50 meters from their apartment. They followed a routine, checking on their sleeping children every half hour. At around 10 p.m., Kate went to check on Madeleine and the twins. As she entered, she noticed something chilling. The bedroom window was open, the shutters raised, and Madeleine's bed was empty. Panic surged as she rushed back to the restaurant, shouting, "They've taken her!" The group mobilized, searching frantically. Resort staff, guests, and police soon joined, but crucial time was lost in confusion. The apartment wasn't immediately treated as a crime scene, allowing potential evidence to be contaminated. Authorities initially suspected Madeleine had wandered off or been taken in an opportunistic crime. As hours turned into days, international media caught wind of the story. Madeleine's image flooded news channels, and the search expanded globally. Kate and Jerry, devastated, pleaded for information. However, early investigative mistakes became apparent. Key witnesses weren't immediately interviewed, border alerts weren't issued swiftly, and forensic analysis was delayed. The case, already tragic, was slipping into a nightmare of missteps and uncertainty. The search intensified, with helicopters, sniffer dogs, and volunteers combing the town. Suspicions grew. Was this a well-planned abduction, or had something else occurred? Then came an unexpected development. The police turned their attention not toward an external suspect, but toward the McCannns themselves. Authorities faced increasing pressure to solve the case. The Polícia Judiciária, PJ, Portugal's criminal investigation unit, took charge but soon encountered obstacles. The apartment, contaminated by numerous searchers, yielded little forensic evidence. Witness accounts varied, making timelines unreliable. The McCanns, desperate, hired private detectives to aid the search. International police agencies, including the UK's Scotland Yard, joined efforts. Despite global coverage, leads turned up fruitless. A key detail emerged. A witness, Jane Tanner, claimed to have seen a man carrying a child that night. Initially dismissed, this sighting gained traction when police released an artist's sketch. Still, no definitive suspect was identified. Meanwhile, Madeleine's parents intensified media engagement, issuing public appeals and setting up a fund to finance continued searches. However, inconsistencies in testimonies coupled with forensic challenges led to speculation. Why had the McCanns left their children unattended? Why did some witness statements contradict each other? Theories emerged. Some believed an organized child trafficking ring was involved, while others suggested a local predator. Yet, without concrete evidence, the case stagnated. Adding to the confusion was the discovery of DNA traces in the McCanns' rental car. Though forensic analysis was inconclusive, rumors spread that Portuguese police suspected the parents. The investigation's focus shifted. Were the McCanns hiding something? As months passed, scrutiny on Kate and Jerry intensified. In September 2007, Portuguese authorities named them as formal suspects, arguidos, a revelation that shocked many. The theory proposed suggested that Madeleine had died accidentally in the apartment and that her parents covered it up. Central to this theory was the involvement of cadaver dogs. Brought in to investigate, these dogs detected traces of human blood and the scent of a corpse in the apartment and rental car. This finding led investigators to believe something more sinister had occurred. However, no direct evidence supported the theory. The McCanns denied involvement and fought back against accusations. As the case gained complexity, legal clashes ensued. The British press largely sided with the McCanns, while some Portuguese officials remained convinced of their guilt. In July 2008, after a year of investigation, authorities dropped the McCanns' formal suspect status due to a lack of evidence. Despite being cleared, suspicion lingered. Their emotional appeals to the public contrasted with legal battles against defamatory claims. The case was increasingly divisive. Some believed the McCanns were victims, while others thought they knew more than they admitted. By this point, the investigation was in disarray. Theories abounded, from accidental overdose to abduction cover-up. Meanwhile, Madeleine remained missing, and the trail had grown cold. In the years following Madeleine McCann's disappearance, thousands of tips and alleged sightings flooded in from around the world. Each one brought a glimmer of hope, only to be extinguished as leads fizzled out. From grainy security footage in Morocco to chilling claims in South America, investigators chased every possibility, yet none led to Madeleine. The lack of solid evidence fueled countless theories, some plausible, others bordering on the bizarre. One of the first major theories revolved around a possible burglary gone wrong. Some investigators speculated that Madeleine had woken up during a break-in, prompting the intruder to silence her. This theory seemed possible given that there were reports of increased burglaries in Praia da Luz around that time. However, without any signs of forced entry or stolen valuables, this idea remained just that, a theory. Another early theory suggested that Madeleine had been taken by a child trafficking ring. Portugal's location made it a strategic hub for human trafficking networks, with its access to European and African markets. Supporters of this theory pointed to witness reports of strange men lingering around the Ocean Club days before Madeleine vanished. Some claimed to have seen a suspicious man watching the McCann's apartment, but no concrete suspect was ever identified. The strongest lead in support of abduction came from Jane Tanner, a friend of the McCanns. She claimed to have seen a man carrying a child in pajamas near the apartment around 9:15 p.m. that night. For years, this sighting fueled speculation about a kidnapper, but in 2013, a breakthrough came. Police identified the man as a British tourist carrying his own daughter home from a creche. This revelation shattered what many had considered a key piece of evidence. Then there were the alleged sightings. Reports placed Madeleine in dozens of countries. In Morocco, a woman claimed she saw a blonde girl being dragged through a market. In Belgium, a customer at a cafe reported a child matching Madeleine's description speaking English with a Dutch couple. In India, a young girl was found with a foreign couple, but DNA tests confirmed she was not Madeleine. Each tip reignited global attention, but none proved credible. As the case remained unsolved, more disturbing theories emerged. Some suspected convicted pedophiles with connections to Portugal. Raymond Hewlett, a known child offender, lived near Praia da Luz at the time. He denied involvement but refused to answer questions. Later, Christian Brückner, a German drifter and sex offender, was named a suspect in 2029. Authorities claimed phone records placed him near the Ocean Club the night Madeleine disappeared. However, despite widespread media coverage, no direct evidence linked him to the case. Conspiracy theories also took root. Some believed Madeleine had been accidentally killed and her disappearance covered up by her parents. Others speculated that influential figures were involved, hiding dark secrets behind bureaucratic red tape. None of these claims were ever substantiated, but they kept the case in the public eye. Despite millions spent, numerous leads, and global efforts, every theory and sighting led to dead ends. The search for truth continued, but certainty remained elusive. Madeleine McCann's disappearance remains one of the most perplexing cases in modern history. Despite extensive investigations, millions spent, and global media coverage, no concrete answers have emerged. The McCanns have never given up hope. They continue to campaign, keeping Madeleine's case in the public eye. British police, through Operation Grange, still investigate potential leads. In 2022, on Madeleine's would-be 19th birthday, the McCanns released a heartfelt statement, reaffirming their commitment to finding their daughter. Though the passage of time dims hope, the search remains active. This case serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a child can vanish, how investigations can be mishandled, and how media influence can shape public perception. Whether Madeleine is alive or not, her story endures. Until definitive answers emerge, the world continues to ask, what really happened to Madeleine McCann?